John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
This is our third one. He's competed did this over numerous times at different martial arts tournaments and has won. I believe in his last tournament, he took second or first place, I'm not sure. There's a lot of students there. We have 5 belts in our system: white, orange, green, red, and then black. I promise you, he won't kick you. Push it out, Jalen. Good job. Good job. Clap. Okay. Good job. Clap it up for him. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. She did. She competed in the last martial arts tournament, and she took first in fighting.
Okay, hopefully we just wanted to share some of the things with you to let you know the different activities that's going on at the Alkemalon Village. But today, my wife and I, this is my wife, Vivian Diane Beverly, and we are celebrating our 52-year anniversary. Yes, that's right. 52 years she's been putting up with me. To God be the glory. And sometimes, every now and then, somebody would ask the question, 52 years or 40 years or 50 years and 51 years. So how did you do it? Well, I tell them, well, for one, it has a whole lot of love. And if you believe in treating people the way you want to be treated, that's the way you're supposed to treat your wife, and vice versa. And I also use for an example, in a relationship, it's like, to me, and this is just an example in theory, teeth and tongue fall out. And every now and then I get a chance to share this information with different people. And I tell them about teeth and tongue. They say, teeth and tongue, what you mean? I said, but just like, you eating, you take an apple or something of that sort, and you take a bite and you get to chewing, and every now and then you would, you bite your tongue. And those of you that do have bit your tongue when you're eating, you know what I'm talking about. And could you imagine if teeth and tongue decide to have a conversation? Say, wait a minute, we got to do something about this. So what they, in theory, this is me saying, if they had a conversation, I could imagine that it probably would go something like this. But look at here, teeth. This is what we're gonna do because we need each other. We're gonna take. Let's learn how to work together. I'm gonna allow you to bite something and chew it, and I'm gonna stay out of your way. In doing so, that allows me to be able to taste it, and we can enjoy this here. So, and remember that. Stay out the way. Learn how to stay out the way of each other. That's what relationships are all about. You learn how to love. You learn how to get along. You learn how to share. You learn how to work together with one another because love don't hurt. And by doing so, like I say, teeth will get out the way of the tongue, and tongue stays out the way of the teeth, and you don't get bit. And then sometimes even in communication, what we try to do is, my wife and I, sometimes we have a conversation and we don't always see eye to eye. And it don't always mean that what I see is right, and it don't always mean that what she sees is right. But we happen to see it the way we see it. So what I have learned to do and what she have learned to do, and we as a couple have learned to, I listen to what she have to say, she listened to what I have to say, and I said, well, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pray that the Lord will show it to me the way you see it, and you pray that the Lord show it to you the way I see it. But in the meantime, we're going to take this and table it. We're going to sit it back there on the burner, and hopefully both of us get to see it the way each other see it. But in the meantime, just like teeth and tongue, we put that out the way, and life goes on. We just begin to love on each other and begin to do what we know is right. And we keep God in our lives. We pray about everything that we do. And then when we get ready to go and do something, like I say, we're celebrating 52 years. And it has been wonderful. Every day wasn't happy, but to God be the glory. Because she loved me and I know it. And I loves her and she know it. So, well, like I say, we learn how to get along and we try to do what it takes to make each other happy. She does what it takes to make me happy, and I try to do everything I can do to make her happy. And I'm not going to tell you guys where we are right now because I don't want nobody trying to pop up on us. Ha ha ha. I thought that would be good for a laugh. But at this point, we're going to let Miss Beverly have something to say.
All right, thank you. Well, just like my husband said, he just about said it all. It's some A relationship is something that you work on. You like he said, talk to each other, communicate, see what each one like, and just make it your business to try to do it and make it happen and keep one another happy. And most of all, put God first. When you put Christ in your life, He will help you. He's the one who will help us. It's His grace and mercy that has brought us this far. And so I just want to say to everyone, just continue to do good and life will be better for you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Miss Beverly. I really appreciate that. And it has been truly a pleasure having you in my life.
Mhm.
You have filled the void. I remember before we first got married, and my story has always been, and what I often tell people, from which I came. I haven't always been like this. I haven't always had this kind of attitude. But we learn better, and when we learn better, we do better.
That's right.
So, and when you learn that this don't work, then it don't end there. Just keep it moving. My
Mm-hmm.
mother used to always tell me, John, just keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna make mistakes. You gonna make mistakes.
That's the truth.
And ain't no use of staying there.
Mm-hmm.
Table it. If I mean, you don't just stand there and just arguing until you're blue in the face. If you don't understand or can't get it, and she can't get it, it's best to just hey put that on the back burner. Cause life is too short
Yes.
to be going through mad with having the mumps
Oh
the
yeah.
rest of the night and all of the tomorrow sitting around all puffed up and stuff. We taking if I don't understand and she don't understand, like I say, we said, well, let's put this on the back burner and you pray that you understand and I'll pray that I understand. And then I go in the kitchen and perhaps fix me some ice cream or something of that sort, and to make sure that she know that I don't still have a little attitude or nothing. I check to make sure. I say, hey, baby, you want some ice cream? And if she do, she'll say yes, and if she don't, she say no. And I don't. And then just in case if she say no, I don't feel like she mad because she done said no. She just didn't want none, and vice versa. She going in and do this or ask me, do I? Hey, I'm finna get a cup of water with it. You want some water? I'm gonna get me a cup. You want some ice cream or piece of cake or something or whatever. We make sure that each other know that we're not walking around still holding some kind of little something inside of us.
Right.
You know, so I try to be careful that everything that I do because like I say, love don't hurt. I love this beautiful young lady right here next to me. And I want to always try to keep a little smile on her face. I want to always try to do what she expect me to do. I tell people every now and then that I'm a honey-do man. And when I say that, I mean I try to do what honey would like for me to do. And in a sense, I guess she would be a honey-do woman because she try to make sure that her honey is satisfied.
That's right.
She makes sure my dinner is ready, and if I ask her to run me some water, she'll do that. She even massage my little feet every now and then, and I do hers too because she know I've been on them all day.
Right.
Now, just in case you have anything else you want to say before we close out?
Oh, I'm just I think I've said enough. Just like I said, a relationship is something that you work on and read the word of God too. That helps bring consolation too. So be blessed.
Okay. Well, I thank you, and just as early as today because we're celebrating and we try to do things. Like I know she like to ride. I know she like to go to the mall. She like to go out to dinner. So we went out to dinner yesterday evening, and we done been to the mall already today, and messed around and walking around up in there. And she thought about me, and we was talking about some cologne, and she just wanted to bless me and do something nice for her honey. And I couldn't let her outdo me because if she doing something for me, that made me want to do something for her.
Right.
So she got me some nice something she'd like to smell on me. So I made sure I found something. In fact, I didn't find it. I let her smell on them different things until she found something. And she asked me, she said, "You like the way this smell?" I said, "Yeah, I like that." I said, "You like it?" She said, "Yeah." So I got it for her. So we treat each other the way we want to be treated. We try to be nice to one another and just enjoy
Right.
enjoy the ride. And the Lord has blessed us to be married this long, and if I had to be in a hover round or walk or whatever the next 15, 20, 30 years, Lord, I just love you and appreciate you for being God all by yourself because nobody else could do it. We think we be doing stuff ourselves, but to God be the glory. So
Amen.
we just want to say that we thank you for listening, and hopefully we said something to encourage you, something to give you to think about. Maybe it'll encourage you to make a few changes to make it better for yourself. Thank you for listening to John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, from the Alkemalon village where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you
You
care.
care.
And we show it by the things that we do. That's why we are sharing this information. Thank you and have a great day.
Good night.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.